But yeah, the Chargers are going in a different direction. And it may be that direction may be, believe it or not, Bill Belichick. There's a couple of rumors flying about. We're about 16 hours since the game finished, and that's a name out there. Obviously, still with the Patriots. What do we think, guys? Total garbage, or could you see it working? Stu, you can go first this time.
It's a funny one, isn't it? It seems to have come a little bit out of left field, that Belichick to the Chargers rumor. Belichick probably is nearing the end of his tenure in New England. I think it just has the feel of a relationship that's on its last legs there now. I don't think that there's. I think what's the term? Irreconcilable differences. I can't remember how you say it anyway. It's something like that people describe. I think they're just two different organizations going in different directions now. I don't know if I would have Bill Belichick as the guy I would trust with Justin Herbert. And that's what you've got to think about when you're the Chargers. I think the whole focus, well, not the whole focus, but a lot of the focus has to be on Justin Herbert. They've invested a huge amount of money in this player. He's been a very good quarterback for them. He has shown that he's probably worth that contract. When you look at the contracts, and they're investing 50 odd million a year through the next 6-7 seasons in him. Would I hand that over to Bill Belichick, seeing how things have gone in the post Tom Brady era with quarterbacks? I don't know that I would, but owners, you've seen it before, they love people who have had success in other places. We see that in other sports, not just in the NFL. People get jobs based on what they've done in other places. So the owner there might be thinking, well, Bill Belichick's won a billion Super Bowls. Why not?
Yeah, the rumors are understandable, but straight away, I don't think this will happen. I don't think it should happen, but we'll see how we'll play it out and see. But I don't think the Patriots will fire him to start with. So that means that he's going to need to be traded. Rumors are that that's going to cost a first round pick. Now the Chargers currently hold the 5th overall pick. No one's given the 5th overall pick for Bill Belichick. Doesn't matter how good he has been throughout history, which means you're given the equivalent of, which means you're giving up capital later on if we're going by rumors. And to send all that when your roster needs huge development is a huge cost. And then you looked at the practicality. You envision Belichick in a charge on the sideline for the Chargers, and I just think they need to find a way of becoming more explosive and becoming better on offense, like Stu said, than what I think Belichick can offer. That obviously starts with the draft. It starts with free agency, which is where Bill Belichick comes into it as well, because they've fires their GM. Bill Belichick, we know, likes to be the GM as well, but no part of what we have seen from the Patriots and Bill Belichick in the last few seasons gives you hope that they can draft well or sign good free agents, because they haven't been able to, and that is part of the real problem with the Patriots at the moment as well. And you could probably argue that they've been considerably worse than the Chargers at both of those. And the Chargers have been bad also, which tells you something. I think you need to go out and find someone who's young. I think you need to find someone who's dynamic, who's going to elevate Justin Herbert, as you said, add some dynamism to not only the roster but just the franchise as a whole, and just kind of grow. Yeah, I'd expect Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson to be rumored. I would expect the Texans offensive coordinator Bobby Sowick to be named as well, or linked. And let's be honest, why is this job attractive? It's because of Justin Herbert. And I'll say it again, if you take him out of the team, what do the Chargers really have? And I think with Belichick, yeah, he's going to be able to get more out of your defense, which has been part of the problem. But when you need such a turnover of the roster with such big contracts given out, right now I just don't know whether I would trust Bill Belichick with that.
It's interesting you speak about that, and we might come back onto it later. You mentioned about taking out Justin Herbert. looking at the Chargers, what foundational pieces do they have moving forward?
Exactly.
I mean, for me, Rashawn Slater, yes, I
Mhm.
think he's a left tackle. Derwin James on the other side of the ball, and then you're looking at, I mean, the big names that they have. Keenan Allen's getting older. Michael Williams is always injured. Joey Bosa is just not the player he was. I think there's no way getting around that. Khalil Mack's seen better days. I like Tuli Tuipulotu, but apart from that, if you were to say, do you know what, I'm going to release all these players, I wouldn't be, yeah, be okay, fine, we can get other players in. I mean, there really is a dearth of, yeah, these are guys I'm going to hang my hat on for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick is 71. He doesn't want it to take another 5 years before he can break the all-time wins record that's currently held by Don Shula. Like it's going to need to happen soon, and I just don't think that can happen with the Chargers right now.
Yeah, the reason I sort of think the rumors are circulating is just the way the Spanos family run the Chargers. They're a little bit hands off, and if hence how Brandon Staley's stuck around for so long, it seems. And I was looking at the draft picks they've got. They've not played about with the draft picks. They're not trading much. They're a very sort of laissez faire, that's wrong. But let's sort of chill out. Let's they all work it through. It'll turn out right in the end. Sort of ownership group, and I think you can give the reins to Belichick, can't you? You can go, you can do everything, but I don't think it's a good idea. And can you imagine him in light blue and bright yellow? Like, you need them
At
dire
some point,
Patriots
you're going to
colours.
have
They
to have
need
this
dark
conversation
colours
again.
to sort his miserable attitude.
Yeah,
He really
at,
wouldn't look good in
at
Chargers.
71, what if it all goes to plan? He wins you something in a couple of years, and he's off again. The cycle just begins again. So you might as well start now.
Bill Belichick, if he's going to coach someone, needs to go somewhere cold and miserable.
Yeah,
LA's just
absolutely.
he's not an LA guy, is he? You can't imagine him swanning about in Hollywood with his flip flops on. He needs to be somewhere
Yeah.
like dull and miserable. I think I just can't see it happening.